In the entertainment industry, the baseline operating system is extraction. Actors and technicians hoard their intellectual property, guard their leverage closely, and fight for every back-end percentage point. Into this high-stakes ecosystem steps a 21-year-old student, fresh off his college exams. He arrives at a closed-door meeting with producers Ronnie and Aditya Dhar. He brings with him the software he built for their recent film. This digital interface shows the exact color grading sliders and custom compression algorithms he developed. Post-production houses would pay significant sums to license this level of technical efficiency. But he doesn't pitch a sale. Instead, he slides the full source code and documentation across the desk and gives it to them as a thank you for taking a risk on an unknown student. The veteran producers are left entirely speechless. They sit there staring at a young man who is casually walking away from potential millions out of pure gratitude. By removing money from the equation, Anant forces the veteran producers to engage with him as an individual rather than a line item in a negotiation. He replaces a standard legal contract with a profound personal debt. Ronnie refuses to accept the gift. Citing his own personal honor, the veteran producer forces a counteroffer on the spot. He mandates the creation of a new technology company. Anant will retain the intellectual property and a majority ownership stake, while the seasoned producers handle the business logistics. With the business side handled, Anant immediately looks years ahead, pitching his next idea, real-time rendering for background replacement. He envisions a system where actors perform against green screens, but see the fully finished environment instantly. After Anant leaves the office, the producers recognize the immediate danger. They identify him as a rare soul operating in a predatory ecosystem that routinely destroys people with exactly his temperament. By entirely abandoning his own self-interest, Anant effectively compelled two cutthroat industry veterans to become his most loyal protectors. Before the legal paperwork for the tech company is even drafted, Ronnie receives an unexpected phone call from the executives at Fox Studios. The studio reveals something staggering. The living legend himself, Dhoni, watched the film Uri. He was so impressed by Anant's performance that he explicitly requested the young actor to play him in his official biopic. The involvement of director Neeraj Pandey brings immediate cinematic weight to the project. Known for meticulous craft and authentic storytelling, Pandey's presence confirms this is a high-level prestige film. When Ronnie relays the news to Anant in his college dorm, the initial shock quickly fades. Anant pivots instantly into intense academic focus, determined to honor his hero. His sudden rise suggests that massive opportunity doesn't always require aggressive networking. Sometimes it happens because undeniable talent captures the attention of the people at the top. The veteran producers recognize the immediate consequences. A Dhoni casting announcement will trigger a level of media and fan attention that can easily overwhelm a single college student. Refusing to let the industry chew him up, the producers begin drafting a proactive defense strategy, building a barrier around him before the news breaks. They engineer an invisible infrastructure around this exact academic environment, the IIT Delhi main building. They assemble elite legal defenders, PR, and stealth security. Knowing he'd resist bodyguards, they frame the protection as a duty to prevent massive crowds from disrupting his fellow students. In a ruthless environment, purity of intention isn't enough on its own. A selfless talent can only survive if surrounded by a purposefully engineered invisible shield of protection. Even with the studio's protection in place, the internal pressure remains heavy. That evening, Anant calls his father, questioning his ability to portray a living idol without failing. His father, Rajesh, is miles away from the glitz of film studios. Standing amidst the busy streets of Chandni Chowk, he anchors his son back in their family's reality. Rajesh draws on his theatrical training to explain a crucial concept. He outlines the difference between mimicry, merely copying external traits, and performance, which requires accessing an internal psychology. He tells Anant not to just copy Dhoni's walk or his voice. Instead, he needs to analyze the internal mechanisms that produce the captain's famous calmness under pressure, and let the physical traits follow from that understanding. In this quiet exchange, Rajesh realizes his son is achieving the dreams he sacrificed decades ago. And Anant is doing it using the exact principles of integrity his father taught him. Anant's trajectory suggests that a lasting legacy is achieved not by adapting to the rules of a toxic industry, but by remaining anchored to foundational values.